Hi. I wasn't really sure I was going to come out to the movies tonight. I've got a long weekend. Had auditions this morning or afternoon, whatever. Um, so I was just kind of sitting at home, and I don't know, it's like a compulsion now. I kind of have to go. So I found this one, which I'd seen a trailer for a while back, and I didn't even know it had come out. So I was like, oh, let's go see that one. And I'm glad I did. Is it a perfect movie? No, not really. But is it a good film with kind of a good heart and everything? Yeah, it's very refreshing. I've said it a number of times since I started doing these that there's Paradisa or the Cordova Cinema, that comedies to me have kind of lost a lot of their appeal because there's no likable characters. It's all toilet humor. Not to say that I have anything against toilet humor. I always like to say, whenever I feel like I'm getting too pompous about my movie preferences, I like basketball. So I mean, what do I have to hold over anyone's head? But I don't know. It's just so immature and so terrible and just so, good comedy used to be thoughtful and all that. And I think what I like most about this film is it's filled with a lot of stuff I kind of wish we had more of. It's not roll on the floor funny, kind of like Airplane or Naked Gun or anything like that. It's very subdued and very, it is what it is. I mean, it's this. I don't mean to say it's an older person's movie. Not necessarily an old person's movie, but it's an older person's movie with older actors, whose delivery and energy is a little slower and a little bit more, closer to the vest and closer to Earth. And it works. It really works. I wish this thing stopped sliding. Anyway, I wish we had more comedies like this. I wish our comedies would kind of have this feel to them. So if you didn't hear about this movie, what it is, so it's Michael Caine, Morgan Freeman, and Alan Arkin. Already three of the greatest living actors, legends, literally living legends. And these are three guys that, the only way this movie could have been better is if they had John Goodman in it. But John Goodman is still a little too young for it. But these are three guys that kind of, whatever movie you put them in, that movie automatically becomes about 50 times better. For each one of them. So already you're starting off with 150% better than you would have with any other actors. So anyway, these three guys are retired steel workers who the company they worked for does kind of things like companies do now. They cancel their pension. One of them's sick and needs medical care. The other is about to lose his house. His daughter and granddaughter live with him, and they get it in their heads that let's rob a bank. And so it's just this kind of comedy. These three very straight-laced guys who have been hard-working men for most of their life, just deciding now they're going to be criminals, and the humor just kind of comes from that, and it's really well done. One thing I love about this movie, aside from the cast, which also had Ann-Margret in it, and Ann-Margret, just an amazing actor and an amazing talent, to have her in it along in it, that was great. Anyway, the actors in it, you can tell, are just having a great time. You can tell they're just having fun. And because one thing I know about Michael Caine is that, from a book he wrote, that he only does movies that he either A, that he thinks are fun, or that B, if his wife wants to go on vacation in the place. So you can tell that they are just all having a ball, working off each other. The movie has even though it's a heist movie and a heist comedy, even with all that, the movie has kind of a very laid back feel to it. you know, kind of just this thing of let's just have fun with this. Let's not, you know, the stakes aren't incredibly high and all that. So let's just kind of chill out. You know, let's just have fun with these three guys, these three actors playing these characters that you like, who are relatable, who are, you know, good people. And let's just watch them kind of be goofy, but goofy in an understandable, relatable way. You know, it's not. There's one moment in this film that maybe goes a little too far, but it's like the most hysterical moment in the movie, where Michael Caine is driving. I'm laughing just thinking about it. Michael Caine is driving one of those little go-kart things you see in supermarkets and stuff, with Morgan Freeman in the basket. And it's just hysterical. That's like the biggest laugh out loud moment of the movie. The rest are kind of just, you know, subtle laughs, and you chuckle, and you just kind of feel good, and you have a good time. There's nothing really, you know, there are movies that I laugh so hard at I kind of get lightheaded doing it. This one's more of just kind of, you know, this is fun. This is comfortable. The movie I kind of mostly related to is, and again, most people won't know about this, a movie done several decades ago called Grumpy Old Men with Jack Lemmon and Walter Matthau, kind of in that same vein, where it's not a heist movie, but just, you know, it's a comedy for more mature people. And I say that both in terms of it's a comedy for older people, but, you know, the comedy is more mature in that it's about life. You know, these guys in this film, what they're going to do and what spurns them into action are, you know, understandable things. You could see someone that age kind of saying, just like these guys say, you know what, I worked all these years, I got screwed over, and I literally have nothing to lose. I'm old, so how long am I really going to spend in jail? You know, so let's do it. Let's go. And it was really good. I got to give also some props to Zach Braff, who best known to most people is JD on Scrubs. He's the director of this film, and I got to give it to him. I've never been a big fan of a lot of his movies. I know back in the day, back a couple of years, Garden State was like the big independent movie. I remember, you know, this is how old I am now, you know, kids watching. Back when I worked at FYE, back when there was an FYE, you know, and, you know, we had certain DVDs we just couldn't keep in the shelf. We'd get them in and they'd sell out. Napoleon Dynamite was one, and Garden State was another. And I watched Garden State with my ex-girlfriend, and I didn't get it. It didn't work for me. You know, so I'm not a big fan of Zach Braff's writing or directing, but I'm going to give him a lot of credit here in that I think he did a really great job with this. The film was cleverly directed. It did fun things, but it didn't do them, you know, it wasn't over the top with anything. It was the right, I would have sworn watching this that an older director directed it. And in this case, that's a compliment, because he kept the pacing, he kept the camera work, he kept everything very much in tune with the themes and the characters that the movie was trying to, you know, portray. He wasn't doing fancy editing. You know, it was a little slower. It was a little, you know, the pacing was, like I say, slower, calmer, and yet still entertaining. You know, the few tense moments when you're like, oh crap, are they going to get caught? You know, you actually felt like, oh crap, are they going to get caught? You know, but I also think, again, one of the things I really like about this movie, and again, something I really wish that more comedies would do, is that, I don't know how to say this, this movie was not afraid of genuine emotion. You know, it was not afraid to show these guys, and pardon me if this makes someone uncomfortable by saying this, that these guys loved each other. Not in a sexual way, everything's got to be sexual now, but that these guys were friends for a real long time and had genuine affection for each other. And I don't know about anybody out there. My best friend and I we're not that old yet. We're only in our late 30s, going on 40s. But my best friend and I, we've been best friends for well over 20 years, heading into 30 years now. And just like they kind of described in this movie, that those guys have been friends for years. They've been through good things, they've been through bad things, sickness and health, relationships succeeding, relationships failing, life changes, and it really does this great job of showing just how deep friendship is. You don't get a lot of movies that talk about friendship. Especially between men. It seems like we're afraid of that. We had to invent a term bromance, so it was okay for dudes to be friends, to care about each other because it's a bromance, dude. I hate the word bromance. And this movie is not trying to do that. It's trying to say these guys are friends, and you feel the friendship. You feel that they are what they are willing to do for one another, and you really do get that feeling. I'll equate it to kind of like an old Abbott and Costello movie. One of the things I love about Abbott and Costello movies is that at the end of the film, Bud and Lou are really no better off than they were at the beginning. They may have, escaped from Frankenstein or stopped the Nazis or uncovered, the gangsters or whatever. But in the end, they didn't really get a reward. They really didn't, profit from it. And most of the films, neither one of them got the girl. So in the end, what it was kind of saying, at least the message I always got from those films, is that in the end, what these guys always had was each other. They had that friendship. That other person was always there for them, always had their backs. They fought, they argued, they cheated each other. But in the end, it was a thing about, I still got you, kind of thing. And this movie kind of gave me that same feeling. These guys, you felt like no matter what went down, they were still going to have each other's backs, and I liked that. There's not enough movies like that. Movies, especially comedies, are afraid to show men being friends. And I don't mean like, your the beer drinking buddy, the fat idiot who, drinks all the beer, and that's my friend because he drinks beer. I'm talking about, real friendship built from years being together. Guys who aren't afraid to go, I love this guy. This is my friend. This is my buddy. This is my brother. And I don't know why we're so afraid of that. I do know why we're so afraid of that, but I'm not going to say it. And I really like the camaraderie in this movie. And it made me feel, it makes you feel good. Get you a little teary-eyed, like not in a really, sentimental way, but just in a, it's a nice film. It's quiet, it's small, again, there's not really much in it to make you kind of laugh out loud, but there's enough personality, enough genuine emotion, genuine fun amongst the cast. I'm glad I saw this just because I miss movies like this. I wish more movies were like this. I really do. And the comedy was good. I was a little disappointed in that there's like one bathroom humor type joke at the very beginning, and it's like, really? But then, there's other bathroom jokes, but just the kind of the same thing, I'm old, it takes a while kind of thing. Nothing disgusting. But yeah, man, I really miss movies like this. And the soundtrack was great. I've said it a couple times the last couple weeks that, man, I have found soundtracks in movies just so damn, and I'm going to use my favorite word, so damn obnoxious. Like, you got to have a different song each, every 3 seconds. You got to, jump cut. I didn't mention that in my Power Rangers review. That was something else I really hated. But this movie, not only did it have good music, because, older music, so I'm sorry, yes, I'm that old now where I hate modern music, but they let the songs play, for a while. They didn't have a new one every 2 seconds. It was, let's, again, sit back and relax and enjoy, have a good time. And I had a good time with this movie. Like I said, anytime you can see Michael Caine, Morgan Freeman, and Ann-Margret just having fun and being in a movie together, I think that's already worth the price of admission. And this movie did a nice job. I don't know if anyone really needs to see this in the theater, but it's a fun movie, and I hope people do see it. I hope that it does well, because I think it deserves to. Would I say rush right out and see it right this second because you got to check this out? Not really. Would I buy it? I don't know. I don't know if it's one I really feel like I need to watch again, but then again, even as I'm driving, I'm kind of like, man, I kind of wish I could spend more time, with those characters. I kind of want to see those characters again. So I might, just for that kind of, that calming thing of, cool, it's just cool to hang out with these guys again. So, not a bad way to end a very, 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 very long Saturday, and I got a lot of work I got to do tomorrow. I'm just vamping right now till I turn into the apartment. So if you want to end the video here, because I don't know if I'm going to edit it, yay movie, good movie, go see movie, bully. That's my review. So I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you go and see something that makes you happy, whatever that may be, and you have a good time with the people you go to the movies with. Or if you're like me and you sometimes go to the movie by yourself, I hope you have a good time doing that. So you can tell I'm tired because I'm getting sentimental. Anyway, so good film, had a good time. Go have a good time at the movie. Take somebody special, or go by yourself and just have a good time. Either way, go to the movies. And with that, I will say drive safe, and I'll see you at the movies.